Hello guys, in this video I'm going to do some work on this DELL E6320. It's in a decent shape, not a lot of wear on it. Hopefully after I clean it, it actually looks good all over. Extended battery. I bought a charger for it because it came without a charger. And these are the specs. It's an i5 at 2.5 GHz. It has 4 GB of DDR3, 320 GB hard drive, Windows 7 Pro license, obviously a DVD writer, I'm thinking. Actually no, weirdly enough it's just a DVD ROM. Haven't seen those in a while. And yeah, that's about it. So let's get to work after the intro. To upgrade this thing, first that you need to do is to obviously remove the battery and make sure you are not plugged in, because yeah, that would cancel removing the battery, because you would still have power inside this laptop. Now you need to undo all of these screws, because this whole back needs to come off. This is a tiny bit annoying, and obviously I don't even think I told you what I'm doing here. I'm showing you how to upgrade this thing if you want. In my case it's the final configuration, it will be used like this, so I'm not going to upgrade this one, I'm just going to show you how to do it. If you just want to upgrade the hard drive itself, forget everything that I already did. That doesn't mean anything to you. Just for the driver, can't talk today. For the hard drive, it's a little bit easier. There are just 4 screws. They are bigger than the rest of them. Look at this. Way thicker. And they are located in this lower portion here. Let me just change a little bit the angle of the camera, so hopefully you can see a little bit better. So you undo these 4 screws. Obviously you do remove the battery even for the hard drive. You might get away without removing it, but it's better to remove it. And then just push on it and it comes out. This is what we have in. And to remove the plastic, because it's just a simple hard drive, it's not even a slim, or actually is it a slim? No, it's not a slim hard drive, it's a random laptop hard drive. To remove this plastic, there is just one screw on one side, again a thick one, but this is really short compared to the others. Put away the hard drive, take the new one, consider this a new one. You have a pin here on the plastic. Just put that pin in one of the holes from the hard drive. And then put the screw back. Don't over tighten it, this is plastic, you can crack it if you insist. That's about it. Hard drive is ready to be put right back in. Hard drive is in. If you only upgrade the hard drive, at this point you put back the 4 screws, you are done. That's it. But in my situation, I want to take out this whole cover, and you actually also need to take these hard drive screws, so that's what I'm doing now. As you can see, this cover is already coming off. Really simple. It has some clips in this lower area, and the rest of it it's only held in place with screws. It's a bit dirty from what you can see, so I'm going to take care of that before closing it. Okay, let me make sure I'm discharged. Okay, at this point, if you have lower capacity memory DIMMs and you want to change all of them, I'm going to show you how to remove some memory. Let's rotate this. You pull on the metal clips on the sides and the RAM lifts up, and then you just simply pull it out. If it doesn't want to come out, try and wiggle it around. Sometimes it's a little bit stuck. And it's out. This is what I have in now. And to put it back, it's just a reverse process. Put it in, wiggle it until it enters, while still pushing in this direction. Start also pushing down, clipped in place, and that is done. If you have another stick, the same thing in the upper slot, and you are finished. Okay, here you can find the Wi-Fi card if you want to upgrade that. Here is the modem, 3G, I think, if you want to upgrade that or install one, because for example this one doesn't have a modem. And you also have a PCI slot, mini PCI or how they are called, not 100% sure, in this area, so you can also populate that one. I'm not sure, maybe a small SSD can be used here. Don't quote me on that, don't buy one just because I said so. Do your research online. But yeah, it has a mini PCI slot here, so hopefully that can be useful. Here is the SIM slot in this area here. So if you populate this, you can insert a SIM here and you have mobile data, which is pretty nice. Sadly, from what I see in this situation, the CPU is soldered onto the board. So there is no way of upgrading the CPU. You can see here the heatsink, but if you look from the side, there is no slot. The CPU is directly on the motherboard, soldered, and then the heatsink is put on top of it. So upgrading the CPU in this case is not a possibility. At this point you can also clean the cooler with some compressed air. Just make sure you do not overdo it, not from a really close distance, from a far distance, and that should be all good. I have a video showing you how to clean laptops. Even through these gaps you can clean it, even without taking this out, because as you can see it has a big grill here. Even through that grill you can still clean it, so that's good. If you want to change the optical drive, this one should come right out, as you can see here. This, when pushing on it, it pops out and allows you to pull the unit out. If you do not want somebody to be able to easily change this, when it's closed and insert it in its proper position, you can put a tiny screw in this hole and then it will not come out anymore. But at the moment we don't care about that, and it's locked back in place. So yeah, that's about it. Here you can see the tiny speakers in the front, pretty nice. The BIOS battery, if you need to change it, it has a simple connector, unplug, plug back in a new one. It's glued in place, double-sided tape, so that should be pretty easy to put back. And yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to clean this for a moment and then start putting everything back together. As you could see, this was not going in place, and luckily I didn't push too hard on it, because it's actually missing a piece of metal. You can see it here, and I realized, wait a second, it should have another one on the other side. Well, at some point in time, I have no idea when, obviously this thing fell down here, which I could actually say it's pretty bad, because it's really hard to get out from there. So yeah, let's do our best to get it out. And it's out. Luckily, from what I'm seeing, there are no obvious small components in that area, so 99.9% nothing got damaged. But that thing could be there for a really long time. Who knows when it fell down, which would be obviously pretty bad. So let's continue with the upgrade process. As you can see, it's even clipping in place pretty well. So this fell down a lot of time ago, probably when it was opened by someone else, because it's not coming out. This is really clipped in place. So yeah, that's that. As you can maybe see, this is missing most of its rubber feet. So I'm going to remove this one in the middle and put it in this corner. The corners are a bit more important than the middle. And then in these two corners and in the middle I will put some rubber. Actually no, it's not rubber, it's some kind of foam. Anyway, I've used it before with really good results, but I'm trying to move this here because I want rubber in the front. It helps with the positioning of the laptop. It will not slide all over the place. Obviously, when I want to move it, this will not come out of its place only by itself when it breaks, because why not? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. There is a big chance I do more damage by removing it than actually letting it stay in its original place. So that's that. I'm going to put foam in these three corners then. Let's power this thing on for the first time. We have ignition. Let's see what the battery LED is doing. Okay, it's white, so it's charging. Let's move the camera. And we are on. F2 to enter the BIOS. And here we have the specs. Let me zoom on them for you. Okay, 4 gigs of memory. As you can see, the i5 2520M. And we have Intel HD graphics, and it only has 60 megabytes allocated to it, so I'm going to give it a little bit more. And I'm going to do my usual BIOS tweaking, and then boot from a USB drive and put a Windows 7 clone onto this thing, and then use the Windows 7 serial key from this thing to activate that Windows 7 clone, and then upgrade to Windows 10. So let's continue. Settings are finished. I'm going to insert this USB stick. Hopefully you can find the USB here. Can I? What do we have there? Yeah, an eSATA and a USB. But from what I know, most eSATA also let the USB sticks plug in, so that would have worked either way. Also, the Wi-Fi switch seems to be here and hopefully in the correct position. Okay, settings completed, applied them. Now exit and press F12 to boot from something else than the already set boot order. One-time boot menu will appear. And we want legacy boot, USB. And we are in. And now I'm going to use a cloning software to put an image of Windows 7 onto this thing. Windows 7 starting for the first time on this laptop. So it will start quite slowly and it will install lots of drivers. Windows is powered on. As you can see, lots of drivers missing. Some of them it installed by itself, like the GPU driver. I don't really care because I'm going to upgrade to Windows 10, so Windows 10 will probably find all of them, if not at least most of them. What I need to do now is change the product key and input the correct product key for this laptop, and so we will have Windows 7 activated to be able to upgrade to Windows 10. So I'm going to do that now. It's making a few verifications online to see if the key is accepted for activation. Sometimes this doesn't happen automatically, and you need to use the automated phone system to activate it, but most of the times it does happen by itself, so hopefully this is one of those cases, because I don't really want to call in. Okay, so perfect, Windows is activated. Now we can upgrade to Windows 10. Up until the end of 2017 you can come to this link and it will allow you to upgrade to Windows 10 for free. I will put the link in the description, although by the time I upload this video probably there will be only a few days remaining for this free upgrade. But who knows, maybe they decide to extend this offer for another year, hopefully. Because honestly I really like Windows 10 and I do my best to upgrade to it on all computers that I work on. Okay, so I downloaded a little program from that page, moved it to desktop. Now I will run it. Yes. This is still doing stuff in the background, that's why it's a little bit slow, but I'm not going to wait for them to finish because I'm upgrading, so there is no point on waiting for them to finish. Accept, checks are okay, next, and that's about it for the moment. It will download and start the upgrade, and then you will have a 15 minutes timer and it will restart the computer for you. If you are near it, you are going to click on restart and it will restart at that moment. So yeah, be back when something interesting happens. Downloading finished. Now Windows 10 is installing some files that it can install over Windows 7, and next we will be prompted to restart. We have reached the timer. It seems it was 30 minutes, not 15. I was a little bit wrong. And it tells us we are going to be logged off really soon. Java also updated in the background while the other stuff was happening. Ta-da! We are in. Just just a few quick settings. You don't have to do them like I do them, but yeah, this is how I like it. It will still do some updates and install it in the background, but should be over with it pretty soon. Although the whole process from start to finish 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, so don't do this if you are in a hurry. Hopefully this ends soon. As maybe you could see, I was struggling with the drivers. Most of them installed. There were a few missing. I downloaded the ones for Windows 7 from Dell website. Installed perfectly, no problem, but some drivers for the Bluetooth were not working on Windows 10 from Windows 7. So yeah, I tried a few options. I installed something, it should have worked. This one that is here already installed, reality is it doesn't work. So after a little bit of digging, I found this. I will put this link in the description. Let me just quickly copy it. And that link sends us to another one that I will also put it in the description. This one here, from where we can download this file, which is the driver that we need. and it has 64 and 86 variants, so 64-bit and 32-bit variants, which is perfect. Probably it's already somewhere, I don't know. It's when you update the driver and you force it to look in that folder, downloads, in our case 64-bit, okay, next, it will install it, Bluetooth stack, but I have no idea where it actually moves it somewhere. System devices, no, I don't think so. Network adapters, maybe. Let's watch when I also install this one. Okay, it doesn't appear here, so it installs them, but I have no idea where, in which folder it actually moves them. But yeah, they are installed finally, so that was a little bit of a pain, but in the end everything working. Windows is activated, which is nice, although I don't seem to have Avira here. Let me just check if it's all good. Okay, I can close all of this, no longer required. Yep, Avira doesn't seem to be happy, so I will do something about that. And let me show you a cool little trick on this laptop. Yeah, it has an illuminated keyboard with 4 levels of light. So this is off, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then once again off, which in my opinion it's pretty nice. I really like illuminated keyboards on laptops. Okay, now I turned off the charger. We are on battery power, and I'm curious how much we will get from the battery. But yeah, I'm going to do something about Avira and then start to clean up this laptop. And it's finished. Looking really good. Barely any signs of use on it. Windows 10 activated, all drivers installed. Let me just click on it once again. Avira appeared after a restart. Battery says 4 hours and 45 minutes. And yeah, really happy with it. All is working perfectly on this thing. The only downside was the little problem with the Bluetooth driver that I actually got to fix in the end, and I will put the link to those files in the description if you need them. And yeah, that's about it, guys. What can I say? Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like the video, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos, and see you in the next one. Bye.